My mom called during my wedding reception, her voice cracking. Don't drink anything they hand you. At first, I laughed, but then she whispered, it's about your groom. 10 minutes later, the police walked in, and everything I thought I knew collapsed. My name is Rachel Carter. On the day of my wedding, I felt like the luckiest woman alive. The reception hall was filled with music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses. Guests danced under soft lights. Servers carried trays of champagne. I was surrounded by friends and family who had come to celebrate my new life. I wore the dress I had dreamed of since I was a teenager, a flowing white gown with lace sleeves. My younger sister Kayla twirled around me, her eyes sparkling. You're glowing, Rachel. You look like the princess you always wanted to be. I laughed and hugged her tightly. My dad, Daniel, stood near the buffet with relatives, his usual calm smile on his face. He had always been the quiet strength in our family. My mom, Linda, sat at a table, dabbing her eyes with a tissue, crying happy tears as she watched me dance with the man I thought was my forever. That man was Adam Hayes, my groom. Tall, confident, charming. He knew how to win over every guest, shaking hands, making jokes, pulling me into his arms. He looked like the perfect husband, the kind I had dreamed about since I was a girl. Everything felt magical. I thought the night would be nothing but love and celebration. But then my phone buzzed. My mom's name flashed on the screen. She was only a few tables away. Why would she be calling? I answered with a smile, but her voice shook. Rachel, don't drink anything they hand you. I laughed. Mom, it's my wedding. Everyone is drinking. But her voice dropped, trembling. It's about Adam. My laughter stopped. My blood turned cold. Music and laughter still swirled, but it all felt muffled, like I was underwater. I turned to look at Adam across the room. He was smiling, shaking hands, raising a glass. He looked perfect. But suddenly, everything felt off. Mom, what do you mean? What about Adam? She whispered, I can't explain everything right now. Just don't drink. Don't let Kayla drink. Trust me. Then she hung up. My stomach twisted. I walked quickly to Kayla's table, my hands trembling. Don't drink anything until I say so. Promise me. She looked confused, but nodded. Back at my table, my dad leaned close. Your mother just stepped outside. She looked upset. Did she say anything? I shook my head, but my mom's voice replayed in my mind. She hadn't sounded upset. She had sounded terrified. I watched Adam again. His smile seemed too forced, his gestures too wide, as if he was working harder to entertain. Every time his eyes swept the room, they lingered on me too long. Servers moved through the hall with trays of champagne. I pushed my glass aside. I studied Adam as if he were a stranger. My heart pounded so loudly I thought everyone could hear it. Then Adam raised his glass high in the air. His smile spread wide. The server circled again, placing glasses into the hands of every guest. A bubbling glass was set in front of me. The golden liquid sparkled, but my mother's warning thundered. Don't drink anything they hand you. It's about Adam. I pushed the glass slowly away. Kayla mouthed across the table. What's wrong? I shook my head. I had to act normal. I stood and walked toward the hallway. My dad's eyes followed me. Just outside the hall, I found my mom clutching her phone. Her eyes were red. Her voice was steady. Rachel, I didn't want to ruin your wedding, but I couldn't stay quiet. Someone called me from the hospital. Adam is under investigation. He's been connected to women who were drugged at parties like this. I froze. No, that can't be true. She grabbed my hands. I wish I was wrong. Please, don't dismiss this. Don't drink. Don't let Kayla drink. Just wait. My knees weakened. My mind replayed every memory with Adam. His smile, his kindness, his vows at the altar. Could it all be a lie? I whispered. What do I do? My mom's eyes filled with tears. Act normal. Don't let him suspect. Just wait. I nodded. I fixed my hair, forced a smile, and walked back inside. Kayla grabbed my hand. What's happening? You're scaring me. I squeezed her hand. Just trust me. Don't take any drinks. Across the room, Adam raised his glass again. Let's give a toast, he said, with that broad smile. Guests clapped and cheered. I stayed rooted in place, my hands trembling. My mother's words echoed. It's about Adam, Kayla whispered. Why aren't you drinking? I muttered. Just don't, please. Adam took a sip, grinned, wrapped his arm around me, kissed my head. Cameras flashed. Guests clapped, but inside, I was unraveling. Then it happened. The heavy wooden doors swung open. A sharp voice cut through the music. Police. Nobody moved. Uniformed officers poured in. Lights flashed. Gasps rippled across the hall. The band stopped mid-song. My body went cold. Adam stiffened beside me. His charming smile faltered. His eyes darted to the exits. His hand gripped mine too tightly. Adam Hayes, you are under arrest. Hands where we can see them. Chaos erupted. Guests screamed. Chairs scraped. My aunt dropped her glass, shattering across the floor. My dad shielded my mom. I stood frozen, staring at Adam. His grip on my hand grew painful. He leaned in, his voice low. Don't say anything. Stay calm. I pulled my hand away. His eyes showed fear, guilt, and rage all at once. Officers surrounded him. Hands up. Now. Adam raised his hands slowly. Gentlemen, there must be some mistake. This is my wedding." His words were cut short as they pulled his arms behind his back. The metallic click of handcuffs echoed through the hall. Gasps turned to whispers. Whispers turned to shouts. "What's happening? Is this real?" I stood in the center, the bride in white, watching my husband dragged away. Adam's mask slipped completely. "Rachel, tell them I'm innocent." But I couldn't move. I couldn't speak, though the officers read him his rights, as the hall stared in shock. My friends, my family, all witnesses to the truth. The man I thought I knew was not who he claimed to be. The doors closed behind Adam and the police. The reception no longer felt like a wedding. It felt like a crime scene. Guests whispered in disbelief. Bridesmaids huddled together. The band stood frozen. I sank into a chair, trembling. My dress felt heavy, the veil suffocating. I pulled it off, clutching it in my hands. Kayla touched my shoulder. "Rachel, are you okay?" I whispered. "I don't even know who I married." My mom wrapped her arm around me. "I never wanted this for you, but I couldn't let you get hurt." My dad's hand rested on my shoulder. "We'll get through this. You're not alone." For the first time, I cried openly. Tears of betrayal. Tears for the version of myself that believed so fiercely in Adam. Later, back at my parents' house, I sat in my childhood bedroom, still wearing the dress. I pulled the ring off my finger and placed it on the nightstand. My hand felt lighter without it. My heart felt heavier than ever. News came quickly. Adam had been under investigation for months. Suspected of drugging women at parties, evidence had been piling up. My wedding was the night they chose to act. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying his promises, his sweet words. Were any of them real? Or had he been lying from the beginning? But by morning, I realized something else. I had been fooled, but I had also been saved. My mother's call had pulled me back from a trap. Without her, I might have been another victim. I wasn't broken. I was scarred, but still standing. My family's love reminded me I was not alone. The biggest lesson of that night was clear. Trust your instincts. Never ignore the people who love you most. Being alone is far better than being with someone who hides poison behind a smile. Love is not about charm. It's about safety, trust, and honesty. Without those, it isn't love at all.